Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to this week's Forex and cryptocurrency market analysis webinar. I hope you all had a wonderful week. It's been a great week. The market is still in correction, but we've been trading these corrections and we've been getting some really good trades. And if you watched last week's webinar, you should have made a lot of money regardless of how the market is moving. Just looking at the US dollar pairs alone, the accuracy on the analysis, you can just go and watch that video. Just go and click on all the US dollar pairs. I didn't check the rest, but I know the accuracy here is on another level because we trade differently. All right, so let's get started with the formalities. So stay glued today. I'm not going to talk a lot about the theory and general talk. I'm just going to go straight into the analysis because there's so many setups this week. Okay, so last month we actually made our target in the first 2 weeks of the month. Okay, I personally, all right. So because there's been such great setups, and from beginning of July there hasn't been that great setups. We've been trading the corrections, but now the market is starting to set up very nicely, and we're gonna be catching those pips in our group, right? So don't forget, the trail webinar is about an hour and a half long. So if you're not interested in all the pairs, here are the timestamps that I've made for you to make it easy for you to follow this. So I always say that if you wanna back test what our analysis here, don't just look at last week. Look at all the webinars from beginning of January this year. I'm only saying January because that's when I started putting in timestamps, but some of the setups are valid even from 2 years ago, from last year. Some of them are still playing out even now. So you come here to the videos, you click on show more. Let me show that with an annotation so you can see exactly where to click. This is if you're looking for timestamps, so that you can go straight to specific pairs. So that's where you click show more, and it will pop out all the pairs that I analyzed during this webinar. Works like a charm. I'll do that to refer back as well. I just click on a pair and check what the analysis was and check how we traded it. So that works amazing. Right, so let's get back. As usual, we're gonna do a bit of a trade recap on the trades that we have been looking at in these webinars. It's been growing very, very well. Let's go to, I'm gonna go to my channel here. So these trades that I'm showing you are all posted in our Slack group. We use Slack. It works amazing. So you can see that each and every pair here on the left hand side has got its own channel. So it's not like on Telegram where there's a lot of clutter on the chat. So we've made a channel for each and every pair. So which means that we've got about 250 Elliott waivers in our group. So you've got 250 Elliott waivers trading and looking at the charts the same way. So if you're in the group and you need assistance, you need mentorship, you've got over 200 community of traders that can assist you, not just me alone. So that works amazing. I remember when I started, that was my challenge. I started trading about 6 years ago, and this was not very popular as it is now. You didn't find this a lot on social media, but now it is so popular. Everybody is posting stuff on social media. But like I always say, the challenge with the world we're in today is not lack of information, but to filter out the right information from the wrong. Okay, so what we have here is a very great community of traders. Before we talk about the trade setups, look out for the next course. Is going to be on there. Let's make sure here, open the calendar so I'll give you the exact date. So the next course starts on the 6th of August. Okay, so the course has now been extended from a week to 2 weeks because I realized that we're cramping in a lot of information in 1 week. There's so much information to be covered during this course. So it's now stretches for 2 weeks, and the cost is $529 US. That's a once-off cost, and you stay with us in the group for 2 years. Okay, so that 529 includes mentorship for 2 years. So every single day also in our group, we do daily mentorship for about an hour. We analyze the market, focusing on the market for the next trading session. So about 4 hours before the Asian session opens, we have our webinars. Okay, so those webinars are specifically focused on entry points and exit points and areas where to move to break even. So that's how it works in our group. Okay, so let's do trade recap. One of the trades that we have been looking at is pound. This is not pound. This is pound CAD. This is actually a mistake here. It should have been pound JPY. It's actually pound JPY. That's my labeling there. So it's pound JPY. If you look on the daily, this is a daily chart. Now, to see how amazing wave analysis is, you see that we don't just trade the next move. We don't just focus the next move. We focus 1, 2, 3 moves. Where are we now? We've done the one move, we've done the second move right here, exactly where the arrow ends. And now we are on the down move here. And this is the daily chart. So let's go and have a look at how this played out afterwards. So this was the 4 hour, because I usually post 2 charts, daily and the 4 hour. That's easy to trade. I want to show you how that played out. See, that move down, that move up, you are now on this down move. So we're gonna discuss as to how this is going, how it's gonna play out going forward. So this is amazing. This is a daily chart. So there's so many pips. So you can see here from this piece here, I was not really interested in. Okay, about 200 pips move from 144 down. That's what we wanted to go, wanted to come and take it. It didn't quite get to that level, but that's what we were expecting. We're expecting this move to the upside. So that move from the upside was about 400 pips. You can see from right this level up here, that was 400 pips to the upside. And now you're dropping from 148. You're already on 146. And my projection is that we're gonna come back down here. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust this because of the way this is playing out now. We'll see when we do the analysis. So this is amazing. You can see 1, 2, 3 moves. Okay, not just 3 moves, we can focus this for a number of waves. Okay, obviously the more waves you trade, you focused ahead, the less accurate it becomes. So with the data that you have immediately, this looks like a very good setup. So let's look at US dollar JPY now. Here's the power of the blue box. Okay, the blue box, if you remember, as 2 weeks back or last week, I said, watch out for this here. It is correcting here. I am not expecting it to go all the way. I actually only expected that it will do this and you will go all the way up. I actually said you are almost 100% guaranteed that you will get this trade. And I said, if you get this trade, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Okay, so you can still do that even now. Okay, because now this has now played out amazingly well. Not only reached the target, and now we are on another move. You can see that we were expecting that we're going to go down to the B here. Now you'll see on the next chart that we are already on our way down to the to that B. Look at that, right on the blue box. Power of the blue box. It's a magic. Call it the magic blue box. You can see we're already down. So we're going to do the forecasting when we start with the analysis. So that's how powerful this blue box is. Okay, so you may think that it's just equal legs, but there is a specific way to apply it. Okay, so the guys who attended the course recently thought that what they were getting on the webinars was actually everything, but it is not as detailed. So here you're getting only the front end of a lot of work on the background. Okay, so here is EURJPY. Look, this one is one of my favorites because it just follows structure. And you can see that we don't just trade breakouts. Everything is focused according to the levels. So here you can see, I'll just show you how that one played out. Everything has been, all those waves have been followed. You see here, there was the forecast. You can see here, it went up. This was indicating that we're going to get a correction. This is the correction that we were indicating. Okay, the only thing that I don't do here on this webinar is I don't focus the time cycle. That is why you'll find that my arrow is showing that we're going to get there on the 11th, that I'm not even looking at the time. I'm just looking at the price. Okay, so we're now coming down with this move. We're going to do the analysis in a bit. I don't want to spend time doing the analysis because we're still going to do it when we go to the chart. So that's how powerful this is. Last week, I think I showed you this. Even during the analysis, I showed you that this will need to pop a little bit higher before it drops. Now let's look at the next chart, how that played out. Let's clear that. EURCAD, this is not the one. I think let's look at the next one. I pasted the same chart double, But if you go to your charts, let's go back to the charts. Just look at EURCAD, you'll see how that played out with EURCAD. So I have to do this so you can see the accuracy. So this is that move that I was focusing, that we're gonna go up here and take the blue box before we come down. So now we've made a nice three-wave move to the upside, and now we're looking downside. Okay, so that's how powerful that is. Now I have to track the Sun Pharmaceutical Index, not in the stock from India that I'm tracking for some of the guys in India, Sun Pharmaceutical. I'm doing this now because I'm not going to look at it during the market analysis when we get started. So if you remember, this is where we bought this here, and now it has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we're getting here is a correction here. Okay, so when this correction is complete, then you want to hop on here and get in this trade. Like I said last week, just be careful. This correction is a three-wave down. It can give you 1, 2, 3. Come tag here, come back for 1 before you actually go. So keep an eye on it. Wait for this correction to play out. Okay, I am more inclined. I'm more inclined to this tagging here and reversing for 1. Okay, doesn't matter what I want, but let the structure lead you. That's how this is playing out. So something very interesting on US dollar chief. I have to show you this video. It's gonna be a few seconds. Don't worry. This is the analysis on the not last week. Analysis on the last week of June on US dollar chief. So I want to show you how accurate wave analysis is when you know what you're doing. It's gonna be about 10 seconds. Just hang on and watch and see the analysis and compare with what happened. Okay, just to see how this works. So this is a US dollar chief that you're looking at right now on YouTube. That is the video on the 25th to the 29th of June. You mute it there. Let's play. Just watch for a few seconds. This is not happening now, guys. You can see where we are on the first week or last week of June. That's where we were, and that is what I was forecasting that the correction is going to play out like. So we were looking that it's going to give us 1 more down. We already had 3 waves up. That's what I was saying last week. We wanted to go take top, come back down for 1, and that's exactly how that played out. So I'm going to get off the video and go back to the chart and see that this has played out exactly as it is, has made this move, and now we're coming down. Okay, let's go back to the chart. Let's go to US dollar chief. So you need to understand the waves. It's not as easy as I'm doing it here. So this is US dollar chief. If you remember, this is where we were last week. I said a little bit of a drop. We already had 1, 2, 3 up. I said a little bit of a drop. We were here, a little bit of a drop. Go back up, come back down, come back up, tag, and now we are coming down with this move. Look at this structure. It's exactly as on the previous videos, on the video that we just watched now. So you see, and it does not mean because I know how this structure is playing out, I'm trading everything here. I'm only trading the impulsive side. This part here. I don't trade here. I don't trade there. I only trade the impulsive side. Here, also, I only trade this piece. You need to understand where to trade. So now what are we looking at? We are looking for this to come back down with this move. Okay, so we're gonna get into the analysis just now. So this is very accurate analysis. I've never seen any analysis that's more accurate than the wave analysis. Okay, so somebody actually said they had it wrong. They said a wave analysis is a trading tool. It's not a trading tool. It's a forecasting tool. And there's difference between forecasting and trade and the actual trading strategy. So as much as you've got the forecasting tool, which is the Elliott Wave theory, you still need to have the trading strategy that tells you when to enter, what to wait for when you enter. And for that, we've got a specific strategy. We also have an indicator combination that tells us when to enter, when is a confirmed reversal, when are you going to only get a pullback. So all that we've got, and you've got access to in our group. So let's have a look on Euro US dollar. Let's get started now. Euro US dollar. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all those patterns that I showed you last week. I'm just going to show you one on the weekly, and you will remember that that is similar to all the other patterns that we have identified in all other areas on this pair. So if you remember last week, that is still valid. That has not changed. Okay, so if you remember last week, I showed you 4 patterns that are doing exactly the same thing, that are doing this 1, 2, 3, and then a pullback here. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through all that again. You can go watch last week and the week before's video. I did this in the beginning. Okay, so here I'm just showing you one so we can be able to explain how the market is going, how the price is playing out after this pattern. So if you look here, we had a 3-wave down, a pullback, a move down, and a pullback. So every time when you get a move down here, when you get a last move down here, you get this slowing down pattern here that we like to call a V pattern. And after a V pattern, we get a reversal. Okay, so I'm going to go to the latest one now, only the latest one. Remember, there's 3 more, and you can watch this. You just go and click on Euro US dollar last week. You'll find all of this. So the latest one that is playing out now, this is on the weekly that played out between 2008 and 2016. So the current one here is this one. Look at this one here. You have 1, 2, 3 pullback in 3 waves. Similar here, you also had a pullback in 3 waves. I just showed you 2 in 1. Now you've got a move down. You've got a pullback in red. And now you get that last yellow move to the downside. How does that end? It ends with a V pattern. Let's do that V pattern clearly. It ends with this V pattern here. This is the move down, and it ends with this pattern here that we like to call a V pattern. Okay, what happened with that pattern after it is completed? We expected a bit of a reversal. Okay, so I'm expecting that Euro US dollar will come back to this level at least. I do not believe that Euro US dollar is going to reverse all the way, but with all the data, all the information that I have, there is an almost guarantee that this price will at least come to this level, which is around 1856 minimum. Okay, so let's have a look. So just to move the chart, the structure, you can see that these charts are all exactly the same. So remember, there's 3 more that looks exactly the same as this, that have played out exactly the same. And now let's have a look at this. So when I was analyzing gold, there's somebody who made a comment that the bars pattern that I projected was not exactly fitting. So if you must remember, when I'm doing this similar pattern, I'm not just trading the similar pattern. You must remember there is a structure, there is a sequence in this. We're following cycles on this. So that should take precedence more than what I've just done, more than what we've just shown there. So what are we looking at here? I am looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, and then a 4 in red, and then a 5 that is possibly truncated. That's all the data that I've got, and that's what the structure is showing me now. So if that is 5 that is truncated, what am I going to get here? Am I going to get a WXY move here, which is a 3-wave move, or I can even get another degree here that does something like this. Okay, but for now, we're not forecasting that. We've got this move that we are looking at, and we're projecting that level that I was speaking about earlier. Let's just switch this off here. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even internally, so I always say if you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive move, it should not be forced. You can see here you've got an internal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then you've got your A, B, C in wave 4. You got an A, B base pattern here, A, B base, and then you get the pulsing move that completes your wave 5 here. Now, question is whether this is a wave 5 and whether you're building a wave 4 here that will still give you another 5, but doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is now we know that we are here. So if you remember, if you're following me on TradingView, let's just off track a bit. My username on TradingView is V Manena. Let's write it. V and then my surname, Manena. Okay. I'm not drawing it nicely because it's an annotation. So that's V Manena. That's my profile name on TradingView. So I have been updating this pair since we were here. So from here, I've been expecting a move to the upside. So now look how I track this. Let's go and show you how we did this on TradingView. So this was the idea. And normally I'll just send you one idea and I'll just keep updating it. So this was the first idea. We were looking at this as a 3-wave move down, right? And then we're expecting a move to the upside. It doesn't go like that. Instead it makes a move down. Instead it makes this. So remember, this was the first one. We wanted this to go. It doesn't go, but that doesn't make us panic at all, because what we know here is that if it doesn't go, it may make a double correction, and that is what happened here. It made this double correction. This was double XY. So just when we thought this is a double XY and we now need to go, it doesn't go. What does it do instead? It makes another bigger one this time, WX, and it makes another Y. So now we've got this correction that is complete. And that correction, you look at it here in the last one that I've updated. So here it went for this one here. It did not go. It actually made this one here. And you'll see that I've got the latest update here. Okay, so this is just a sneak preview of what we do in our group. So how to track a pair until you get to a trade. Because sometimes you'll be following this and the trade is actually not ready. You don't know whether it's going to give you a single correction, a double correction. That's how you follow it. So now we're following this, and now I am almost 100% convinced that we may retest that level. Okay. Okay. So how are you saying an expanding diagonal in wave C? It's possible. Okay. So what we are looking here at now is this 3-wave correction. Almost 100, not 100%, almost 98% guaranteed that you're going to get this move here to the upside. And if you get it, keep sharing the videos, keep liking the videos, and share with friends as well. So that's what we're looking at now. So what are we looking at? This is the 240. On the 240, look out for this to correct. Do not rush here. Most of us are already short from this during the news event last week. Somebody sent me a message, very excited, that he could not believe how accurate this is. So if you look at this here, this was on the blue box. That was on the blue box. Let's just show that. Let's show the labeling. See, this was on the blue box. The reversal was on the blue box. So now you know that you're getting a 3-wave move down, and you know when it gets to the blue box, you're reversing to the upside. Now, this is only a single wave. You want this to correct. Minimum, we want it to get to this level. And the nice thing about this level is that it is coinciding with this one here. And if it is coinciding with that one here, you may get a move similar to this one, to the downside. Okay, so let's watch. Blue box, we'll expect this to come down. Why am I not bullish on a Euro US dollar long term? Because of this. Look at the weekly chart. I'm not going to do analysis. I'm just going to show you a weekly chart, and just you tell me with the personality of this, and you tell me if this market is going up. This is very bearish. Anything we're trading to the upside is just taking advantage of short market moves. This is correcting. It's a big correction. You're still expecting this. It has made a single wave. We need to get a correction for downside. But we cannot wait for this, because this takes a couple of weeks. You cannot wait a couple of weeks without trading. If trading is your full-time job, you need to have trades, and that means finding trades even where it's difficult. Okay, so that's how you're looking at Euro US dollar. Let me go 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, you've got 3 waves up. Got 3 waves up. Not with that one. You've got 3 waves up. You're looking for a correction. You need a proper correction to take it up, and that will have meant that this structure here is complete. Okay, that structure there is complete. Doesn't matter where this flag, whether this correction happens within the trend line. Remember, we don't trade trend lines. That's what you're looking at on Euro US dollar. Let's go rest the pairs. Pound US dollar. Okay, pound US dollar. I think last week we had made this 3-wave move here on pound US dollar, and I said you're gonna get this one here to come and retest there. It didn't. Doesn't matter. You will not have lost any money there. Actually, you still had this move here. if you know how to trade. So you had a three-wave move down here. It actually made a bigger one, a bigger three waves to the downside. Now you've got 1, 2, 3. You can look at these three waves, whether this is a 1, 2, 3 here, and you're getting this expanding flat that will come and retest the top here. So you can see already the trend. The trend is a weak US dollar in the next coming sessions. Right, so make note when we get to the euros, the euro US dollar, I'm expecting it to be bullish because of the weak US dollar. Most of the euro pairs are bearish. Okay, so the euro US dollar specifically looks bullish because of the weak US dollar. Okay, so make note of that. So correlation works like that. It does not work in a blanket approach. Remember, you've got two pairs every single time in a pair. All right, you got two currencies, man, to say. So what are we looking at on this one? Look out for a correction to come back and retest the top here. Okay, does not have to, because it has now broken this. It can turn anywhere and make a running flat. So keep an eye on it. That is pound US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, we're looking at a 60-minute. Last week we said exactly what it has done. What we said it's going to do. We said it's going to 1, 2, 3 waves down. You've got 1, 2. It had made this one. We said it needs to come back for this one. Go and watch. You'll see it's exactly what we spoke about. And now sold from the top here. Sold from the top. You're getting this correction here. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go and watch last week's video. Just go and click on US dollar CAD and see what the analysis was. You'll see that's exactly what we said was here. We wanted to take, takes down. Now we're looking for this downside minimum. Wait for it to clear this if you're looking for a move like this one here. Okay, like this one. Okay. So you need to wait for this correction to complete in there. US dollar CHF. It's exactly as we've discussed earlier with the trade recap. It has played out to the pip what we're looking at. And I was not trading US dollar CHF. This whole correction here, I was not trading it, even if I knew what was supposed to happen. But it's very gratifying when it does what you're looking for, because when it is complete, you know what the next move is. Okay, it is following your thinking process. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. So look out for a correction. Short term, US dollar is going to be weak, but that's not long term. Remember, euro US dollar, I'm looking for it to just go take around 185. But don't quote these levels, guys. The market will lead you. Okay. All right. So wait for a correction here. It may even give you a deeper one. You've got 1, 2, 3 down. You may get a 1, 2, 3 back. Let's show this. You've got 1, 2, 3 down already. You got 1, 2, 3 back. Wait for 1, 2, 3 back. Minimum, take this level. Okay, take that level. That will still remain that we're still bullish in the euro US dollar, especially if it goes down correctively. Then you know that you're gonna get a very nice trade to the upside. US dollar CHF. Before we do US dollar ZAR, let's do AUD. AUD, exactly the same. You're looking at 1, 2, 3 up. We said this last week. 1, 2, 3. You've got that now. You're getting a pulsing move to the upside. So AUD US dollar, exactly what we said it's going to do last week. Go and watch. We said we wanted to do this. This is the structure we wanted it to give us. But that's when we were still only here. Now, that structure looks like it's about to complete. Okay, so now if we get to this level, I'll be expecting a move down like that. Now, watch something very interesting on euro, on AUD US dollar. We traded this piece here like that. This piece is the one that we traded with a 10 lot size, 100 pips, that I said it was guaranteed. I think I'm giving you a lot of these 10 lot size trades these days. We traded this one and said it's going to drop like that, and it did drop like that. And now it is making another similar one like that. See, this one here looks like we're getting another one there. So if you get this one here that does something like this here, you're dropping it again. Okay, so almost guaranteed that you're going to come back to this level and come down. Okay, so that's AUD US dollar correction here. Wait for it to clear there. Right. That's Audi, New Zealand. New Zealand, same, move up, 3 back, up. You're looking for 3 waves up, like that. Then your next week, we're probably going to be looking for this move to the downside. Let's see how that one plays out. May happen during the week. Let's see. That's New Zealand. I think that completes all the US dollar pairs. Finally, we'll do US dollar ZAR. Okay, US dollar ZAR, we looked at 2 alternatives last week. We said this one could be playing out as an expanding flat. This one plays out. Let's see if I've got that fib level there. Okay, I took it out here. So this one has got a specific fib level where it tends here that we cannot discuss during this webinar. And after completion of this here, you can see that we had the expanding flat and now it is moving up with this move. But now it has dropped again. So this one could give us this drop here. Possibilities are this. If it does this, then it is still coming down. But if it's coming down like that, correctively like that, then it means that it's making an overall corrective structure for further upside, which is correcting this whole 5-wave impulsive move. If I just show you the impulsive move, I showed you last week that this is the clearest one of the clearest 5-wave structures that I have traded. A clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can take a snapshot. Clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that is not forced. Okay. Take a snapshot. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. So this is what you need to wait for. You need to wait for this corrective structure. This one looks like it's going to be a bit of a sideways move, something like that, before we drop for one more. Okay, remember US dollar ZAR and US dollar CAD are somehow correlated because strong oil means strong CAD. And strong oil for us means high petrol price, high fuel prices in South Africa. So that's why US dollar ZAR and US dollar CAD move similarly. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So now let's go to the yen pairs. Yen, pound yen. So pound yen, that's the one that Harry is very excited about, and everybody else in our group, because we sold it from the top. Okay, sold it from the top. We've been looking at this together for the last couple of webinars. And you can see, I showed you something like this last week, if not a couple of weeks back, that this is moving in a very, very consistent fashion. From the W there, it makes a 1, 2, 3 to make an X. It makes a 1, 2, 3 to make a red Y. This is the red Y. It makes a 1, 2, 3 to make a red W. Just adjusting there as we go. It makes a 1, 2, 3 to make a red X, 1, 2, 3 to make a red Y, 1, 2, 3 to make a X. So this means that this X is actually not complete. It may be something like this. It may be sideways. Okay, because you can see every time you get a 1, 2, 3, it's making a red degree. So here it has made a 1, 2, 3 move. So that means that this is a red degree. So something like this, this will be your W. So you're waiting for another X wave here, 3-wave move. See how it goes. So now we'll be waiting for another 3 waves there. So let's keep an eye. It may give you a deeper correction like that. And a deeper one like that will be a very good one for even more downside. But for now, our target is here. And if it clears, we're coming down all the way. Easy. Easy trading. Easy money. Easy money. Okay. Easy money, Harry. Okay. Right, so what are we looking at in the short term? This corrective structure. Similar to what you had here, you keep selling these corrective structures. Keep selling them. At some point, you may get a bit of a deeper one that looks something like this, this size, or something like this. So if you get that, you keep selling. You are not buying US dollar, pound JPY. Okay. Right. That's pound JPY. Let's do US dollar JPY. US dollar JPY is the one that I showed you during the trade recap. Nice one, Gerald. You are in our group, obviously. So if you are, this is how we make money. All right, so US dollar JPY, you can see that it reversed right on the blue box. You're looking at this one as an A. And I was looking for this to make an expanding flat here like this. 1, 2, and now we're coming down. Look here, keep selling this. So this one is tricky because it has broken the top, so it can turn anywhere during this move to the downside. It can turn anywhere, so keep an eye on it. So you need to when you trade this one, you're either going to be targeting this here, but just make note that your target may not be reached because this may make a running flat. Okay, so that's what you wait for. Just corrective structure. You are very short-term US dollar anyway. All right, so that's US dollar JPY, euro. I'm just amazed. I mean, I'm always amazed at the power of this blue box, because okay, let's just go back one on a US dollar JPY, so I can get you to notice something. You know how support and resistance always say look left, structure always gives clues. If you look left here, if you look left here, there is nothing here on the blue box. Okay, if there's anything there, you are forcing it. So here, this is supposed to be a support, right? Supposed to be a major points. They are nowhere on that line, and they are nowhere at this reversal point. Okay, so I don't want to say support and resistance doesn't work, because I'm not trading it. But if it works for you and you're making money out of it, I don't know how you are making money out of it and how you're making sense out of it, because it does not relate to the structure. Okay, the thing that works closest to a support or a resistance is a trend line, but even a trend line has to follow structure. So it's not about the support and the resistance zones. It's about how the waves are moving, how the price is moving in terms of waves, and waves moves according to the to law, just the way that the universe follows the rule of law. Okay, so it is not the support and resistance. If you just draw a line anywhere, you'll find that at some point it will intersect with a certain support or a so-called resistance. So this is a lot of nonsense. It's a lot of nonsense. Okay. At the same time, it is nonsensical, and I'm able to make a comment on it because I have traded it as well. But at the same time, I know people who know how to look at this structurally correct and still be able to make money. Okay, I'm not saying everybody must be an Elliott Wave, because there's a whole lot of different strategies. I'm just saying this one is more accurate, and as far as I do these webinars, I make it relatively easy, okay, for you to be able to follow at least these webinars. All right, let's carry on. EURJPY. EURJPY, following structure to the PEEP. Let's remove that. So now what are we looking at? Unlike US dollar JPY and pound JPY, this is not dropping with a big impulse. It is dropping with a three-wave structure. So this may be tricky here. So keep an eye. This one may give you a three-wave up here like that. May even come back and retest the top and does this one here. And if it does that, that means this one will still be bullish. Okay, so but for now it will correlate and go with what the US dollar, what the yen pairs are doing, but it will be forming its own structure, but not necessarily a bearish structure, short-term bearish structure as per other pound pairs, not pound pairs, yen pairs. Okay, so not very clear at this stage what this one wants to do. So three waves down at the stage. Let's see if it gives you a three waves up, and then you're going to take another three waves back. That will be a simple correction. Either that, or it gives you a three waves up, and another one. Okay, two alternatives. For now, you don't have enough information for that one. CHFJPY. Okay, CHFJPY, that arrow that you see, I've shown you last week, and that's where the target was reached. And now we're making this move to the downside. Looks like a three waves down here. Now we're looking for this one here. Let's see if it does this one here. That means we may still be bearish like that on these ones. Like I said, the euros are short-term, are showing weakness. Okay, it's only euro US dollar that is showing strength because of the weak US dollar. So don't be surprised if I'm showing. So Swiss and the euros correlated. So don't be surprised if I'm forecasting euro yen down and CHFJPY down. That is very possible. Okay, that is CHFJPY. Let's look at AUD now. AUDJPY. Let's go for hour. So AUDJPY has got a very interesting structure here, and it is now becoming very clear. You've got 1, you've got 2, you've got this one as a 3. So now the question is whether this 3 is going to end something like this. You see here, you've got 1, 2, 3 making a W. You've got 1, 2, 3 making an X. You've got 1 here. You could be getting this one here, doing this up, down like that. Okay, short-term bearish on the yens to complete the Y. So watch out for this structure. All of this structure will just be doing nothing but give you this big corrective structure, which when complete, you would expect a move to the downside to complete the X. See? So we'll wait for this to give us a setup there. You can see what is going on, but no clear trade at this stage on AUD. New Zealand, similar to AUD, you've got a pulsing move up. Now you're getting a move to the downside, whether you're going to get this here, that, and an up move before you go down. So keep an eye on this one. This one still needs to build up this corrective structure here. Let's see how that plays out. All right. That's New Zealand, CAD, JPY. CADJPY, similar. So CADJPY has made a 1, 2, 3 up. So this could be making a 1, 2, 3 down before it makes the last move to the upside, or at least take that level. That's what you're looking at there. Needs to build. You need to wait for it to give you a structure here. Now you don't have anything. That's CADJPY, and that completes all the yen pairs. Now let's look at the pound pairs. Pound CAD, very interesting pair. So pound CAD, I think I showed you this one during the trade recap. Remember, we traded this correction here up and we traded it down. We're still down and our target is here. And that is going well so far. You can see that we've got another 3 waves there. Now we're coming down here, getting another correction here. We're still targeting at least coming to this level minimum. So there's a possibility that from this area, you can get a reaction that goes back and retest, but this looks too far for it to go back and retest. So this could even just give you a 3-wave structure like this and keep going to the downside, meaning that this would have been all the correction to the downside. But for now, you can clearly see that this is correcting here. We've been getting this clearly accurate from right at the top, actually. Okay, from right at the top. So if you see some of the a couple of weeks back or months back, I forecasted that we're going to have this correction. And why was I forecasting that correction? Because you could even see, okay, I was not forecasting it because there's this. You can see that we can even have a harmonic pattern there. I drew that harmonic pattern when we were still up here, when we were still here. So that could still come back down here to this level. Okay, this looks like a Gartley pattern, so it may come back down to the 78. So you keep selling pound CAD, keep selling pound CAD, keep selling pound CAD all the way up to this level, and you will see why we keep selling pound CAD. Let's go look at pound AUD, and you'll see exactly what I mean by that. I'm going to bring up pound AUD now. Let's look at them both in one screen. I've done this a couple of times. Those who watch the webinars know what I'm talking about. There's a clear correlation between pound AUD and pound CAD. So let's go pound AUD on the right hand side. So your right hand side is pound AUD. Let's put them both on the daily chart on both. daily. So you can see where that comes from. Left-hand side is pound CAD. Right-hand side is pound AUD. Okay, so if you look here, you have a pulsing move from the swing high to the swing low. You've got a pulsing move from the swing high to the swing low. On the right-hand side is pound AUD. After that swing high, swing low, it made a three-wave move to the upside. So this one was making this move currently. This one made this move in between 2016 and 2017, May. This one was making that move between 2017 and now. So that structure in terms of time took longer, right? So while that took longer, this one was completing its move. 1, 2, 3. So we went and said, we are simply going to get pound CAD to retest this level, same as this one, same as what this one did. Break up here and come down. See here, break up here and come down. So that is why we have been selling pound CAD from right there. Every time it corrects, we're selling. And we said that it's going to make a bit of a correction. And that is the correction that you're getting here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's, I think if I use yellow, we said we're going to get a bit of a correction like this. A bit of a correction like this because it has already played out on pound AUD. Remember, pound AUD, that structure has already played out. Now, pound CAD is only on this move. We are expecting it to come down all the way to the 78 with that harmonic pattern that we just drew here. Okay? Why? Because this one has made that harmonic pattern that we're speaking about here. See, I already have drawn it there. The harmonic pattern is already there. It has played out. So I'm expecting it for it to play out here as well and get that move. Okay, let's switch off before so we can remove the clutter. So I'm expecting that pound CAD will come down here at the 78, similar to how this one came down here at the 78. Okay, it made 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 down, and now we'll be looking for this move on the 78. See, correlation. Nice thing about this is that this one is already played out. This one is only playing out here. This one is here. So that one still has to do this move and this move. Easy. Challenge will be how to enter. Okay. So now let's look at pound AUD individually. Before we look at pound AUD, let's finish up pound CAD. What to look at for pound CAD? So pound CAD continuation. Look out for continuation in the lower time frame here. This structure. Minimum at this level because it can come do this. There's nothing that stops it from retesting the top before it goes. Okay. But if it just goes on like that, there's nothing wrong. So you'll see what happens when it gets to this level. Okay, so let's go to pound AUD individually. Pound AUD is my pound AUD now. Okay, it has moved. So that's pound AUD. So pound AUD, I was expecting it to, okay, we've got a 1, 2, 3 move down here. I was looking at this as another 1, 2, and I was going to expect a move to the upside. But now this one has retraced a little bit deeper, and from experience, I know these deep retracements may be a little bit tricky. It may not go all the way. Okay, so let's see how this one plays out because I'm expecting this move. I was expecting this move to the upside. So if that does not happen, that means you've got 1, 2, 3, and this 3-wave move here would have been all the correction, and we're starting a down move like that, which will be a 3-wave move, which is this one. 1, 2, 3, like that. So keep an eye on this. A clear correction here. You may want to change the bias on pound AUD, at least this level. That can come back here for this one. Okay, see, it will still be the same. It will now only change the structure, and if the structure changes like this, then it means that it's now looking downside, and you're not gonna get one more up like we're projecting first, but we're still looking downside regardless. Okay, so keep an eye on pound AUD, not very clear at this stage. Pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand looks like it wants to pop a little bit higher. It has made this correction, and this is on the daily. This correction here, let's look at this one on the 4-hour. Oh, we've got so many people in the room. Welcome, guys, to all those that have just recently joined us. Right, please like and share the video. Right, 1, 2, 3 here, and we're moving to the upside. I think we're gonna get one more down here to this level. Okay, this correction, I don't want it to be too deep, but it looks like it's getting very deep. It will, but for now, the structure has not changed. We're still looking for this to come up when this correction is complete. Okay, 1, 2, 3, one up. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. That's what we have. It's complete. Is this going to be a W? Is this going to give you an X and another structure like that, giving you a WXY move? Okay, as long as it does not go deeper, it goes sideways, that's fine. Then we're going to expect that move to the upside. We'll update that as it plays out. Right now, it's not complete. Right, that's Euro New Zealand. Let's look at, did I do all the pound pairs? Pound Audi. Sorry guys, I should not have done Euro New Zealand. I was supposed to be doing Pound New Zealand. Guys, Pound in New Zealand. Okay, now I see what you guys, that you guys have been warning me. Okay, so it is Pound in New Zealand. What I was talking about earlier was Euro New Zealand. Okay, so let's have a look here. So Pound New Zealand looks something like this. So last week I was looking for this structure to do something like this. We're looking for this to correct here and then move to the upside to at least go and retest that top. But now it is very deep. Let's see if we get a nice pulsing move here, but it doesn't look like that's what we're getting. Let's have a look here. Okay, on the 1 hour, you've got the reversal. You've got the move here, and you've got a 1, 2, 3. That was your pulsing move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting this one, ABC correction, and now you're getting a pulsing move, and you're getting a correction here. So that may be the reversal there. So let's wait for this one here on the 1 hour to give us a clear corrective structure. Right now, we've got a pulse. We've got a pulse up and a 3 waves back. Pulse up, 3 waves back. Okay, another pulse up and another correction. Could come do this first before it goes. Okay, that's Pound in New Zealand, right? Pound CHF, Pound CHF. So Pound CHF 4 hour. Pound CHF has made a textbook regular flat. You couldn't have missed this one if you're following your charts. Textbook regular flat, 1, 2, 3. Now you're coming down here. You just, here if you get a correction, it's even safer here when it has broken this low, if it corrects here, to take it down lower, at least minimum to this level. Okay, it's a couple of hundred pips. It's from 30, about 28, it's about 200 pips that you can still get to the downside. Okay, that's just the next immediate target. Actually, this is not even a target, guys, sorry. This support and resistance, traders will look at this as a target. It is not a target. It is an insignificant level. Okay, as much as it looks like one of those common strong levels, it is not. It is not. Okay, it is not. So we'll be looking for this to break even lower. Continue. So if you want to see how support and resistance is inaccurate, look at those levels that are not respected sometimes. I mean, why? The nice thing about the Elliott Wave theory is that if you are wrong, you will know why you were wrong. There must be an explanation for each and every move. Okay, if there's no explanation, then there's something wrong with the theory. It's either there's something wrong with the theory or there's something wrong with you. But most likely it is something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the theory as far as I've been trading it for the last couple of years. All right, so pound Swiss, look out for this corrective structure here. On the 1 hour, let's see. Nothing convincing us yet. You got a pulse. Could come back for this one down there and you keep going down. That's what you're looking for. You are looking for a corrective structure here. So it can do 1, 2, 3 and go. So both the market will lead you. Remember, I'm not with you guys. I'm only with my trading group during the week, so I cannot update this for you and tell you which structure is now formed. Okay, but if you understand anything about the wave theory, you will know when the structure completes what you need to trade. Okay, so that is pound Swiss. I think that now concludes all the pound pairs, and we can now go to the euro pairs. Euro pairs. Let's do Euro New Zealand now. That's the one that we looked at when we weren't supposed to. All right. So Euro New Zealand. As I said, I've been focusing that we are looking for this. Firstly, I was looking for this, and then we carry on with the move to the upside. You can see that's what happens every time when it focused. You will get to the direction, but if it is not ready, it will reverse again. But that does not mean you lose money. Okay, so now that becomes a WXY structure, and now are we going to go with this one, or is it going to give us another one in the lower degree where we get another one like this, and then I move to the upside, giving you a higher degree for upside. Okay, so this will be determined by what you get here. Let's see. Okay, see how the market plays out during the week. All right, so let's look at EURCAD. EURCAD, we looked at this one during the recap. Let's go 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, we traded this move, one of those 10 lot size trades. Look how beautiful this is. It's a nice 3-wave move like that, corrective structure. You get a pulsing move, wait for this correction, don't miss it. You will still get a move to the downside. The euros are weak, okay? So you will still get the move to the downside. Okay, the euros are weak. Looks like oil is going to be a little bit strong in the next trading session as well. So a euro weak, a weak euro and a strong CAD will definitely push this one to the downside, giving you this long term. Okay, so keep an eye on this one. So now you've got that pulsing move here. Wait for this correction on the 1 hour, something like that. Remember, it needs to clear that line first. Okay, that's EURCAD. EUROCHF. Okay, EUROCHF you need to watch. You need to watch, guys. You need to watch EUROCHF. You need to watch EUROCHF because this, okay, I told you guys we've got a strategy that shows us when the breakout is valid, when the trend is reversing, and this one is one of those that checks all the boxes. So this move here and the 3-wave correction here, EUROCHF, you will get this move to the downside. Almost guaranteed you will get that move to the downside. We'll have a correlation class definitely Tuesday or Wednesday, Harry. Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, let's do Tuesday. Okay, let's ask these questions in our group, Harry. Let's do this in our group, not here. All right, so let's carry on. Okay, so EUROCHF, as I was saying, keep an eye in the next week, guys. This confirms, it is confirmed by our strategy that this will come to the downside. So if you get this one, thank me later. 1, 2, 3 here, coming down here. If you get a correction here, take it down. So don't just go market open and just rush into this, because you will lose out when it actually starts playing out. So you need to get a clear entry point. This can come and do this one. But as far as we are concerned, strategy that I use, we use in our group. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. This will come down with the rest of the euro pairs. So you can see all the euro pairs are looking downside and they're all correlated. So that's EURCHF. Let's look at euro pound. Before that, EURAUD. EURAUD, similar here. You've got a pulsing move to the downside. Looks like we're getting a V pattern. It's a very deep V pattern. It can even just come 1, 2 up before we come down. So I am bearish all the euros except euro US dollar. Okay, So that's what it looks like at this stage. Euro AUD, let's look at Euro Pound. Okay, Euro Pound down, you need to wait for a corrective structure. Don't go market open and sell this. You don't sell pulses. Okay, you will lose money. Wait for correction, you take it down. All right, Euro Pound, EUROCHF. I think that concludes all the euros. Did I miss any euro pair? Looks like I covered all of them. Okay, we can just look at some of the AUD and the CAD pairs. So AUD looks like it is making it has made a 1, 2, 3 up, and it is making a very nice V pattern there. Let's just look at there's already making divergence. So here let's just see something here. And it's not ready yet. So, but we look for it to break to the upside. You look for this V pattern to break at least minimum to this level. Just look at the overall structure, not the overall, maybe the 4-hour chart on AUD. And we have forecasted this on AUD. This 3-wave move to the downside, 3 waves up, 3 waves back, and up. There's tag there, and now it's going sideways. So that means that now, if you're getting a sideways movement here, this will continue to the upside when this correction is complete. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 there. Will it come back down? Give us this one before it goes. What have I done there? I've done a very complex correction that is possible with these structures. Okay, that looks something like this. On the higher degree, blue there. Okay, so it's possible that you get something like this. If you get something like this, you take this one up. Okay, that's AUD. So let's look at oil. Let's look at oil. I'm not going to do the rest because they're not setting up very nicely. I can just do CADCHF. Have we not done gold? Oh, sorry guys, so we need to do gold. Okay, so CADCHF has made a 3 waves down. Okay, we'll do gold now. CADCHF has made a 3 waves up and a 1, 2, 3 back. Okay, it doesn't look like this 3 wave back is complete, but if it's not, then it will make one more down for another push higher. Okay, does that mean that oil will be strong? Let's do oil and see. Let's do oil and see. So here you need to wait for this corrective structure to complete for a bit of a move to the upside. Let's look at oil and then we're going to look at silver and gold. Okay, let's have a look here. Oil. So oil, last week I showed you a clear target where you should look at oil. This is what I showed you last week, and this is where oil was last week. Go watch last week's video, you'll see that I showed you that this will come into this blue box, and you can see that this blue box is different to the one that you're accustomed to. This one is a projection of a wave 5. You'll see here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clearly, then you get this reversal here. Okay, but it does not look like a reversal yet. It looks like it is making a 1, 2. Let's switch this off. I just wanted you to show you that the target has been reached clearly, and now it is making a 3 waves back, but it's now made a passing move to the downside, and you're gonna have this one here. Now we're expecting that it may come back and retest that one, make this one for another one like that. So if it does that, then it will be making a bigger 3 wave structure like that. A bigger 3 wave structure like that. So looks like oil may still continue higher. Okay, may still continue higher. Right, so let's have a look. So there's nothing wrong if this one keeps doing this and you get a bigger correction and this correction becomes bigger. That means then it will be correcting the whole string from right at the bottom. Okay, so let's look at gold and silver. Okay, so obviously because I do these webinars, I get a lot of inquiries. People try to send me charts, and somebody has sent me a chart. I don't like to receive charts on my inbox or on my email, guys. I imagine if all of you send me charts, I will not be able to respond to all the charts. I do not respond to chats on the inbox, but here's one that was sent to me, and somebody was thinking that this is a triangle, and I have dismissed this triangle since it started. There's no triangle there. There's no, it's not following any rules of the triangle, and now this breaking down here already confirms it. There are rules of a triangle, and it also needs to be confirmed by an indicator if it's going to be a valid triangle. And here, this is definitely not a triangle, guys. Don't look at that as a triangle. Okay, I've said that last week also. And also, you need to make note that you do not trade trend lines as well. Don't trade trend lines. Somebody lost a lot of money because they were trading this one here. This was they were expecting that this is a monthly support and you're going to go for that move, which is going to complete the 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C, D, E triangle before you get a move down. No triangle there. Okay, so instead, keep selling gold here whenever you get corrections. Keep selling gold, and we are looking for this target. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, we're looking for this correction. Let me draw it for you clearly. I've shown it a couple of times. Do it with a different color. 1, 2, 3 here, something like that. You're looking for that. Okay, what most people struggle with is getting entry points. Okay, and that is the part, that is the trading part. So this forecasting part, as I always say, is the easy part. Okay, so look at this. We've got a clear structure here on gold, clearly defined, and we are looking for this to come back and retest this one. So if we look on the 1 hour, it looks like we're going up. So I always say, if somebody says we're going up, we're going down, I ask you, we're going up, where are we coming from? What is our target? Because you cannot just say we're going up. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It just hypes people up. So you are going up here. You've gone up in 3 waves. Are you going to correct in 3 waves? If you do, then you may get another 3 waves. And after that 3 waves, then you've got a corrective structure and you're coming down. You may be going up in the 60-minute, but the daily is downside. So any corrective structure, any up move is correction on gold. You can see that it's not even going out aggressively. It has made a simple 3-wave move to the upside. And what you can get here is a simple 1, 2, 3, and down. Okay. Not only that, it can give you that one, that one, that one, and that one, making it a flat correction. Okay. So all you need to do here is wait for a clear corrective structure here, if you're going to take this one up like that. But when that is complete, you're taking down gold even more. Okay, so I also showed this bars pattern here last week. I showed you the bars pattern. Let's see here if you can see it clearly on the daily. Let me show you. I just have to, I'm trying to address the question that was a comment that was made on the comments of last week's video. Where do I get my bars pattern? Okay, here. Bars pattern. Here, if you look here on gold, we are looking for this structure here. Okay, so as I said on that comment, I answered like this, that we are looking for a similar structure, not a exact structure. It does not have to be exactly the same. Okay, so just because you had a spike up here doesn't mean that you're going to have a spike up here. You need to look at what the sequence you're going, what the cycle sequence that you're getting on this leg. Okay, so here you had a WXY move. It looks like here you're going to have an ABC move. So that is the difference. But after all, it is still making the overall structure like that. We're looking for it to come down, and we're going to look for it to go up. Okay, so no triangle. So even the bars pattern, don't expect it to play out like this. Okay, all of this will be your WXY move. Right. Corrective structure, keep selling them. Even if it gets deeper, like this, it's even better. If it gets deeper like that, as I was showing, it's even better. Then it's propelling it to the downside. Silver, we're correcting up side as well. Let's look at silver. Silver, that candle reversal, I always say candle reversals don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. Okay, right, let's look at the 1 hour. Let's just look at what we're looking at on gold. you also have a three-wave move to the upside. That looks like one big candle to the upside, but it's a three-wave move to the upside. In the lower degree, you look for a correction here. You may get another three waves to the upside, and that whole move will be a corrective structure for downside. So with silver and gold, you need to wait for these structures to play out. And if you're an aggressive trader, you can trade this to the upside if you know structure and you know what you're doing. That is silver, and we've done silver and gold. And now we can go to the indices. Let's have a look at the indices. We'll start with the S&P 500. Indices have been accurate. Okay, so with the indices, you're looking on S&P 500, you're looking for this correction here. You're looking for it to come and take this level. Okay, bullish indices. I'm not even going to do the analysis. You can watch the previous videos for what we're looking at for the detailed analysis on this structure. Even last week's video, I think I showed what the structure is that we're looking at. But now we're looking for a minimum to come and retest the top. Now you just have to wait for this correction to play out before you take it to this top here, to this top. Okay, that is S&P 500. The NASDAQ. See, I've got a smoother chart today. So NASDAQ has already cleared the high that we were looking at on, let's go 4 hour. So the NASDAQ is already cleared out. Let's have a look here. This is the structure. This is the running flat that you have on the NASDAQ. And it looks like it's making a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. Okay, so you may be getting another push higher here to complete this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here on the NASDAQ before you get a bigger correction. So this move up on the NASDAQ will be the same move that we're looking at on the S&P 500. Then the S&P 500, you saw where the target is. It's looking to retest that top. So similarly here, we'll expect that the NASDAQ, obviously they go together, they're correlated. It will need to go up with the S&P 500. Wait for this corrective structure here and take it up with S&P 500. Okay, so that is the NASDAQ. And looking at, okay, still the NASDAQ. Let's look at the UK 100. UK 100 has already made, okay, so UK 100, the structure that you saw in the S&P 500 on the UK 100 is these three waves. UK 100 has only done these three waves. But if you saw on the S&P 500, it's making a very complex structure, something like that, okay, before we go up. So then UK 500 has only done a three-wave structure, but they are both doing a corrective structure from the swing low here. Okay, so what are we expecting here? This one has made a 1, 2, 3 back. So there's a possibility that if it's doing that, you can get a 1, 2, 3 back down here before you get to the upside. And this is a three-wave up already. So this may just give you a three waves and you may be already on your way up, maybe to retest that before you go up like that. Okay, so there's a number of alternatives here. You just have to watch what the market plays out in the next week. And this is only the 240, so it wouldn't take maybe 2 days for you to see what the pattern is what pattern is playing out. You've got 1, 2, 3 waves. You've got 1, 2, 3 back. Okay, now you're getting this one here, 1. Look out for this flag on the 1 hour to at least take it down up to that level. Okay, let's just go 1 hour and see that level. Okay, it is this structure. It is not complete. Wait for it to complete here before you take it up. Okay, that is the FTSE, and yes, it is the FTSE, or also called the UK 100. Next one is the NIKKEI. NIKKEI, let's look on the 4 hour. So you can see the structure that the UK 100 has made is the same as what has happened on the NIKKEI 1, 2, 3. And now we're making this one here 1, 2, 3 back. We're expecting that we're going to have a correction here. You're looking to take that top. Okay, so the indices are very clear. We are bullish. We're looking to take that top, obviously, after these corrective structures are done. So you're looking for that level if you're trading the indices, the Nikkei. So we don't know if that's going to break and go all the way, or if it's going to give us one more before it goes. But for now, we are bullish in the next trading session. DAX should be similar. DAX should be similar. Where's the DAX? DAX. See, DAX is similar. We made a three-wave move to the downside. We make this one, 1, 2, 3. We've already started a move up in 3 waves. Are we going to get another 3 waves for us to come and retest this level? Okay, when we retest that level, are we going to get one more up before we go up like that? Okay, so let's keep an eye on this correction here. You take it up like the other indices. That is the DAX. And lastly, NIFTY. I have it now on my watch list. NIFTY, very simple and clear. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're looking for it to come and take the top. Simply here, where you are is this corrective structure. When it breaks, you're looking to take it up here. You need to be careful when you get to this level because you can get one down before you go. Okay, so that's all the indices, and now we can look at the cryptocurrencies. Looking at the cryptocurrencies, look at Bitcoin. Okay. So Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies, my bias has not changed, guys. So this is what happened. So last week, there was this move here, and there was a move down. So I was only indicating if you get this move in the corrective structure, if this touches here and gives you this, that means you're going to have one more down. Okay. So you need to anticipate both possibilities. Okay, and one is not more important than the other. It's just one is not more, the one is just not afforded the highest probability. Okay, so what we've been saying all year is that we are looking for this to go and retest this top here. Why? Because let's just show the whole structure. Why? Because we have made a 3-wave move down here on Bitcoin. Okay, we've made a pulsing move to the upside and the AB base pattern there. So this looks like it's a 3-wave move that retests the top here. Okay, so if you had gotten a corrective structure like this here, that means that you were going to get a continuation for one more down before you go to the upside. That does not change the structure. Okay, so what are we looking at here now? Doesn't mean that a Bitcoin will go all the way now, but according to the structure that we've been looking at, it has made a 3-wave move to the upside. I need to draw it in yellow. It has made a 3-wave move to the upside. 1, 2, 3. Corrective structure here. It needs to be deeper. Okay, we could take it back to that level. Could take it back to that level. Okay, so keep an eye. You've got 3 waves up. You need to get clear 3 waves back here before you enter. Okay, so you could get a similar structure as that one over there. Excuse me, guys. So you could get a similar structure here, here, same as that. This up, this move. So that's what you're going to be looking at on Bitcoin. So we indicated that we have broken out of this structure, and we're looking for a move. Minimum target the 10,000 level, because the structure can change at 10,000 and give you something like this before it goes up. So either way, it will not have changed the structure. It will just be giving you a 1, 2 correction there and a 3 move like that. See how we trade. So let's do that. So this should be a different color. Show you green. So this will be a structure like that, a structure like that with a red over there. See, easy if you understand what wave analysis is about. Okay, so that is Bitcoin. Litecoin. Let's have a look at Litecoin. So it should follow the same structure. Litecoin, the difference between Litecoin and Bitcoin is that Litecoin has broken this level. The level that we were talking about on Bitcoin, that if Bitcoin had made a correction here, it was going to have this structure. So now that structure has now happened on Litecoin. Okay, it has broken, and if it has broken like that, this one, we could have one more down before. Actually, it does not look like we're going to have one more down. We're going to looks like this correction is going to be even more sideways. So as Bitcoin is going up with that move, so this one may be slowly going up, so that when we get to that level, then it drops as well. You can see that this is not going up aggressively, not even up, it's actually going sideways, unlike the impulsive move that you saw on Bitcoin. So let's keep an eye and see how this plays out. Either that or it is starting a move up with a diagonal, whether expanding or leading. So let's see what happens, because you could find that as well. All right, so Ethereum, you can see that Ethereum, I say this all the week, every week, that Ethereum is behind in terms of other currencies. So the others have already broken this top, as you have seen. Ethereum is only here, and it is busy correcting with this move. It may come back and retest that before we start getting a bounce. Okay, so let's keep an eye and see if we're gonna get this structure like that. And if we get a structure like that, we are bearish the cryptocurrencies still. All right, so anything that we're gonna get, it will just be a bounce. That is Ethereum, and we look now at Ripple. Right, Ripple, same structure as Bitcoin and Litecoin. It's a passing move to the downside, a three-wave move. Okay, three-wave move like that. So last week we indicated that this needs to break out of this here. Okay, and if it does that, we'll be looking at this as a WX. The three-wave structure that we'll expect here, WXY move. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking at in the next coming session. Keep an eye on the pairs that needs to correct. Okay, do not rush in. Good luck in the week ahead. That's all I had for you this week. Have a great weekend, guys. Have a great rest of the Sunday, and all the best in the next week. Okay. Cheers, guys. If there are no more questions, I'm gonna stop the recording here. Please like and subscribe in the video. Cheers, guys.